Hi, Jason Spengler of the SanteeSwapper, back with another unboxing. This collection came from a guy in New York. I think there's some pretty cool stuff in here. I've waited quite a while to open it. I'm anxious to see what's here, and I'm going to share it with you, throw some of it under the camera, and we'll kind of explore this guy's scouting journey. All right, as you can see here, we've got a cigar box, always kind of an interesting thing. It's like a little treasure box, maybe. We'll see what kind of cool stuff is in there, and also some neat neckerchiefs as well. I'll open everything up, and we'll take a look and see. Why don't we start with this cigar box? I'm not much of a cigar smoker, but I do kind of appreciate the fact that these are great little boxes to keep cool stuff. And so, Bearings Superfine Exquisite Havana Cigars. I don't know if there's a market for Havana cigar boxes, but maybe someone would like to have that, although I doubt it's truly from Cuba. Go through here, see some small patches. Maybe I'll throw these up on the screen in just a second and show you. I'm sure everyone would like to see that. Handful of neckerchiefs here. We can definitely check these out as well. Some paperwork items, a few books like an OA handbook, and then a manual of cooking for the Boy Scouts. Some garrison caps, a merit badge sash. Really nice leather belt. Check that out. The ubiquitous Ordeal member sash. Everybody got one of those, right? So I'll set this stuff down and pull it up on the camera and show you. All right, I don't usually start off these unboxings by focusing on paperwork, but I am a collector, and so these two pieces of paperwork really caught my eyes. Let me start with this one, and we'll get to the 1960 catalog. New Explorer Plan and Recognitions. I have this in my collection already, but this is from 1951. And what happened here was during this time, the Boy Scouts, with their Explorer program, were rolling out the new version of the Advancement program, which is going to revolve around the idea of explorers earning something called rating strips. And you can even see it mentions here the Air Explorer Squadron. So they merged together the Sea Scouts, the Air Scouts, and traditional explorers into one program. And then they had this advancement program. In this case, you can see here the first rank was apprentice, and then they also have, again, the idea of rating strips, which are going to be earned. You earn the rating strips, and that's going to lead towards the scout potentially earning the Silver Award, which was the highest award in Explorers. I have a Silver Award. This was a tough one to get. Not a lot of guys got that. But it's very cool to see that. And then this has all the requirements for the different rating strips, which that's one of the rating strips there, in this case, communication. So I love this little tiny handbook here, and also love this graphic that shows you how in your troop or in your ship you can then earn Eagle Scout, but also get these things such as your Air Scout Ace, although they at this time Air Scout Ace gone away, it would be the Silver Award. So that's really, really cool. Then going ahead into 1960, you see we have the Jubilee thing here. What every scout wants, and there's a Christmas wreath here. So if you flip in, this is a cool catalog for 1960, and it's all the stuff. Like here's the famous Western sheath knives that we love to get. I have both of these in my collection. This little one I actually have in my nightstand next to my bed. I think it's so cool. It's like a smaller version of that one. Sorry for geeking out. I can't help it. More stuff here. I just got one of these in a collection, the watches and stuff. So there's just some cool stuff here. I don't normally focus a lot on the paperwork because I have so much of it. But again, just to get this from 1960, kind of a little time capsule of that time. So then he also has a couple of OA handbooks. This one you might have seen, but then also an older Ordeal Ceremony pamphlet, and then an older OA handbook as well. So I like those things. All right, let me show you this guy's stuff. So here, we'll just kind of use this camera to show you some of the neckerchiefs. So I've kind of looked through the collection. I believe this guy was from Brooklyn. He was 10 Mile River is the scout camp for that whole Greater New York Council. This is a troop neckerchief, obviously. Potentially could have gone to Philmont. I'm sure he definitely went to the 1960 Jamboree based on what we've seen there. Again, New York Council's here. Then there's also another 10 Mile River one. And then this one I have never seen before. I love this kind of stuff, really obscure stuff. So again, 10 Mile River was an expansive camp, is to this day, an expansive camp that actually has many camps within it. And my recollection is that the camps were built and used by different parts of the council. And so this one, again, going to not be able to pronounce that Indian word, Kunata, or I'm not sure how you'd say that, but this is a staff neckerchief from that camp in the 10 Mile River Scout camps. Very, very cool. Again, I said this guy was from Brooklyn. This is the OA Lodge in Brooklyn, New York, Shu-Shu-Gah Lodge, and then another 10-mile river one as well. Pull these off and show you his merit badge sash. This merit badge sash is solidly 1950s. All the patches on here are from that time period that's basically after World War II up until about 1960. Collectors call these narrow crimped merit badges. You can see they're all this army green color. The edges are not a rolled edge, it's a crimped edge folded under, and you can see that he got all of the normal camp badges. He's got the required number here to become an Eagle Scout. We'll see further in his stuff if we can see evidence that he was an Eagle Scout, but definitely earned enough, 21, to become an Eagle Scout. Then there's some more patches. I know you wanted to see what was in the jewelry box or the cigar box, so we'll pull those out. Again, cool patches from Shu-Shu-Gah, his OA Lodge, 10-Mile River as well. Things like this 1960 Achievement Award that got a few nicks from some hungry bug. This, again, cool piece. Look at that. That's the staff patch from 1954. We saw the neckerchiefs. So I know that some of my friends who are up in New York might be interested in this type of stuff. And this is a great way that I can rehome this. Then how do you get from New York to the Far East Council, Japan, Okinawa, and Taiwan? Probably something he traded for at the 1960 Scout Jamboree would be my guess. And then here's a cool one here. A lot of times in New York, I saw this example. These are called khaki and red, not half strips, but a khaki and red strip. This would have been the shoulder patch that he would have worn back in that day. Again, more patches from 10-Mile River. It's kind of more of the same here. 10-Mile River, that's a really cool Smokey the Bear. Like that a lot. You know, potentially this guy was a BSA lifeguard there. That's what that patch would tell us. Here's a 1953 Jamboree patch. And then he has kind of an assortment of sewn rank patches that were gone on his uniform. This camporee, there must have been a million kids at that camporee because I've seen that patch in so many collections. And then here's a junior leader training thing that he did. And then I always put these up here because I always thought these are cool. The Apache company, this patch manufacturer, look on the back there, it says Apache. And these woven patches from 1959, 60, 61, you see a lot of these during that time period. Only during that time period, though. They seem to just really go away after that. And then even things like little guy here, got his little compass. So just a really, really cool collection. So these are the kind of collections I love to get. Someone who was in scouting a long time ago. It's sort of a time capsule. Guy was on camp staff, member of the Order of the Arrow, just like I was, although a different generation, a different part of the country. Cool stuff like this little Order of the Arrow neckerchief slide, Neil slide. I think my dad had one of these, which was kind of cool to see this again connection. So again, this is what I do. I buy scouting memorabilia collections from individuals or from families who have stuff that they want to get recycled. Maybe nobody in the family is interested in it anymore, and they want to see it get into the hands of someone who can appreciate it. I definitely appreciate this stuff. Geeked out a little bit too much about the paperwork, but I'm really into the old Explorer stuff. I think that's really cool. Check out my website, scoutpatchcollectors.com. There you can find other videos like this unboxing. You can find my email newsletter and my podcast, other things I have going on in this hobby. Thanks very much for watching the video.